Hello everybody, Presto the Besto here, and today we are doing a LEGO tutorial video. And the tutorial is over some of the microships that I took to Brickfair for my mock display over the Liberty of Dawn versus the Shackles of the Night. So let's get started on them. Alright, first off we have the little fighter jet for the bad guys side of where the Shackles of the Night team. And what this is, it's pretty much a very simple design. But it gives just the ability that it has to where it can hover with the wings, like you can fold them up and fold them down, kind of gives them that posability aspect to it. So these are the parts that you need right here. You need some binoculars, a smooth tile piece, smooth round tile piece, one of the camera pieces, two little joint pieces, and two flaps. So what you want to do first is you want to put the two joint pieces in on the side here. And then after that, you want to put the binoculars on the back, and those will be the engines. And then you can put this right here on top to kind of give it that little cockpit right there. So the wings, personally, you could leave it like this and make it like a little drone / hover ship. But I put the wings on to kind of make it look a little bit bigger and also make it look faster, pretty much. So that's how you make the fighter jet. And like I said, you can make it go into attack mode, or to land it, you could have them hover and kind of set down. But that's the fighter ship. On to the next one. Alright, next up we have is the Shackles of the Night Dropship. And this was personally one of my most favorite builds because just the detail that's put into it makes it look really good and just really menacing. So first off, what you want to do is you're going to have all these parts set up and put them together for the back section. And it's built in pretty much 3 sections. The back section, you put on the smooth grill piece here, and this could be a grill piece or you can have it a smooth tile. It doesn't really matter. I just use the grill to make it kind of add some 3D texture to it. And then from there, you want to go to the middle section. And the middle section is just the 1x stud. And this can be any color again, with a 1x4 plate on this as a centerpiece. Then you want to put a 1x2 plate underneath that with a 1x cheese slope right there. And that's the middle section. Now for the outer fuselage section, you want to have a 1x3 plate with a 1x brick with a stud on the side on both ends, and you want them to be indented so that way it kind of folds up into it. So from there you put the turrets on, and then put your little tile piece on top of that. And again, this can be any color, and you can make them fit. Alright, so then now that you have the 3 sections, you can be able to put them together, and they just fold and fit right there. And this one does have to be a stud piece, so that way this doesn't kind of pop off and fall like that. But that's how you make it. Alright, next up is the drone from the Liberty of Dawn, and this one is very simple, but just the ability to maybe mass produce this one makes it kind of unique in its aspect. So first off, you want to have a 1x brick with studs all around it, and you want to put a lightsaber hilt to the back of that, and that's going to be the tail section there. And then from there you want some 1x circle studs on 2 sides opposite of each other. Put the binoculars on, and those will be the engines. Now you want to do a 1x plate stud with a cheese slope, and that'll be the cockpit right there. Or this could be the control system to where the drones are being kind of flown from. Now this right here could be what it is and be left like that, kind of gives it detail, but I put the slope on top just to kind of make it smooth out the texture. And that's how you make it. Now this one can be posed into either attack mode, or it could also be posed like this into kind of hover mode and like doing cover fire and things like that. But that's the drone. Alright, next up we have is the basic fighter for the Liberty of Dawn, and what this one is, it's just pretty much another basic system. You just want to have a 1x brick with studs all around it, and from there you want to put two 1x dishes on the sides, and these right here will give it the kind of curved atmosphere that it has. From there you want to put the binoculars on, and actually have these turned around, because what you want is to put your two 1x circle studs. You want to have a clear one, or you can have it any color. You can have it red or anything like that. Then I have a gray one to put on there, and that right there is the cockpit. Now you could flip it to the other side, but the reason I do that is so on the back side here I can put one of these clips so I can make it hang and do poses and things like that. So from there, either side doesn't really matter. You can put the turret on, and then you can put the top piece. Now, the reason I do the top piece with a stud in the center like it is one, it adds to the feature of the curve, kind of gives it that extra indent, but also because you can hang off of the ceiling. Like, you can pop a bunch of these up on the ceiling as a hanger bay, and it'd make it kind of give it a little bit better effect to the mock. Alright, last but not least is the Dropship, and this one was probably the most tricky to build, mainly because it was a last minute throw together, but also because it just kind of I ran out of ideas at the end of this one, but it turned out okay, so I used it. So what you want to do is to start out, you're going to want a 1x2 brick with studs on the sides, and you're going to want to put two 1x1 bricks with the studs on the sides, and you want those to be the indented ones, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. So you want to put two 1x1 studs on the end as the engines, and from there, I mean, those could be any color. You can have those red, you can have those pink, you can have those purple. It doesn't really matter. But the reason you want these indented here is to be able to have these pieces fit like that, and then that way they're not smooth and sticking out. Now, the reason I do them like this is to give an indented look to the underbelly, and it kind of has a little opening there for the troops to spill out, things like that, and it just kind of makes it a little bit thicker than just a little flat piece of brick kind of flying around. So from there you want to put the top piece on, and again, this one has a stud, so you can hang them in the hanger bay if you want. But next up, you want to put a slope piece with a one of the tooth pieces that the Lego sets are coming out with, and you want to put those together and throw those on the sides here. And those can be put on pretty fast. And again, there's going to be some space in there, but that actually kind of gives it a little bit more detail. Kind of makes them look like wings rather than just being one giant piece of dropship. Now, the next part is the cockpit, and what you're going to want is this piece right here. I really don't know what to call this. I think it's like a grill hook or something like that. But you want to put the claw on there, and that'll be the turret piece. One cheese slope, and it can go on either side, but I always put on the right side here, so that way it's just kind of a generic thing. So then you want to put a regular 1x circle stud and a 1x smooth round tile. And that's the cockpit right there, and you just throw that on the front. And that is how you make the dropship. Alright everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I will definitely be trying to do more LEGO tutorial videos, putting together and also kind of showing what I'm trying to build next. I know I've showed on the our other channel, the 2 Digital, the big ship that I made, the Behemoth, and that will be kind of torn down here soon to kind of start a new creation. So again, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please rate, subscribe, comment, do a dance, and I hope you have a good day. God bless.